I want you to imagine being able to grab a done for you product, quickly rebrand it, and start selling it online. This is absolutely possible in today's market. And it's one of the most powerful productivity hacks on the planet is to take something that's already done, put your name on it, make sure it looks like your brand, and sell it. And that's what we're going to teach you how to do. My name is Dr. Kimberly Olson. I am the creator of Gold Digger Girl Co. My right hand, Abby Ascencio, she does all of our marketing. She's our creative director. She's going to walk you through the process of showing you exactly how to rebrand, flip a PLR product, also known as private label rights products, where you can actually use them as freebies. You can resell them. You can bundle them. There's so many different things you can do. And you can access our entire library below. So watch this tutorial, grab the library, and you're going to be off and running.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Gold Digger Girl Co channel. My name is Abby Ascencio and I'm the creative director. And today we are back with a new Canva episode for our Canva series. So make sure you go check that out after you're done watching this one, because I love sharing Canva tips that are going to make your life so much easier. You're going to save a bunch of time and you're going to feel like you have years of experience or like you're a total pro. So definitely go check those out after this one. Today, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to rebrand PLR products using Canva so that you can start reselling them online quickly, easily, and without being a tech wizard. If you ever wish that you could skip all of the content overwhelm and just have ready to go products that you could make your own, sell, keep 100% of the profit, stick around because this is going to be a game changer for you. So let's start with the basics, because if you've never heard of PLR products, your mind is about to be blown. So PLR stands for private label right products. It basically means that you buy a product, a digital product. It can be a guide, a checklist, an ebook, a template, even, videos. And you're legally allowed to rebrand, put your name on it, tweak it however you want, and then turn around and keep it for yourself, keep it for your business, or you can sell it and keep 100% of the profits. And I know what you're probably wondering, okay, cool, Abby, but what can I actually do with these PLR products? I have a bunch of ideas, so make sure that you save this part or you write these down because they're going to be a huge help. So the first one is using it as a lead magnet to grow your email list. It can consist of a free guide, a cheat sheet, a mini workbook, and you can literally say if you want to download my free guide, just let me have your name and your email and I'll send it right over. And they're most likely to give you that email address because they're interested in that 50-page ebook, right? Okay. And then the next way is, as a freebie for your Facebook group. Same concept. You can say, once you join my Facebook group, you can have instant access to my 50-page ebook on this and this and that. And there you go. It's going to help not just build engagement, but it's going to be helping build your group. The other way is offer them as a bonus for your main program so that your offer feels extra juicier. So you can say, if you join my membership by tonight, I will also include this, this, and that. And all of those this, and that are actual PLR products. Another way is to sell them individually. You can rebrand, resell, and keep 100% of the profit. That sounds amazing, right? And you hardly did any of the work. And that's the best part, that once you rebrand them, they're yours. You can sell them over and over and over again with no royalty fees, and you keep every penny. So I don't know if you know this, but we have our very own PR library. We got over 65 products covering pretty much every niche that you can think of. We have health and wellness, fitness, mindset, skincare, beauty, social media strategies. We had Canva trainings. We have Etsy store trainings, Stan store how-tos. I mean, we even have done for you video templates that you can pop your brand into and they're ready to go. And every format too. We have guides, ebooks, videos. We have it all. It's literally like having a digital product ATM machine at your fingertips. Okay, so now let's get into the how. Right? Because I know that the tech side can feel really scary. And I promise you, Canva makes it so simple. That's why I'm obsessed with Canva, because it's very user-friendly. Whether you're a total newbie or you've been designing for years, I'm going to show you exactly how to change the colors and the fonts to match your brand, how to swap out the images for your own. And you can use Canva stock images, or you can go to Pinterest, how to change your logo and contact info so that it's fully branded to you. By the time that we're done, you'll have a product that looks like it was custom made by you from scratch, and your audience will never know that it started off as a PLR. And quick tip before we get started, always check the tone of the text. So if your brand is more playful, casual, or like high energy, tweak that copy to reflect that. Another tip is to make sure that the links and the CTA point to your stuff, your list, your offers, your social media handles. And think about the little touches, like adding personal notes or extra checklist or a bonus page. Don't be afraid to add more to it. That takes a good PLR product and makes it like absolutely next level. So before I share my screen and start the editing part of this, I just wanted to let you know that I'm actually rebranding PLR products every single month. It's part of my regular routine. So once a month, I sit down and batch all of the edits. But honestly, because it's something that I only do, one day out of the month, by the time I come back a month later, I would forget half of the little tweaks that I'd have to do for everything. So I actually created a cheat sheet for myself, a simple checklist that reminds me of exactly what I need to change for every single PLR product so that I don't accidentally leave someone else's logo or their social handle or any of their links. Because trust me, the last thing that I want to do is send traffic to someone else's Instagram instead of ours. Been there, done that, and that cannot happen again. So if you would like a copy of this list, of this cheat sheet for yourself, drop cheat sheet in the comments below and I'll send it over to you. Trust me, it's a huge help. Okay, so here you will see this is one of our latest PLR products that we added to our library. It is called Quit the 9-to-5 Job this year. And I'm going to show you the grid view so that you can see I did take away some of the pages, a lot of the pages actually. I believe this one was about 50 plus pages, but because of the this being a tutorial, I didn't want to make so many changes to every single page and for it to take longer and for you to just sit there watching me do the same thing over and over again. So I did delete a lot of the pages, but trust me, I'm not going to delete any of the steps. I'm still going to cover every single thing. So this is just going to be for example purposes. So this is how the PLR product came, and I'm going to start with the first page. And the first thing that I do off of my list is choose a theme. I like to choose a theme for everything, whether I'm designing graphics for a boot camp or a brand new workbook or a PLR product. I always like to choose a theme. So I go to projects, I go to folders, and I have a folder called iStock Images. So here I have different folders. For example, this one is pink outfit aesthetics, money, glitter, beige aesthetics, phone tablets. This one, clearly, I need to organize a lot of the pictures that are in there. I just like to keep things very organized so that it can be very easy for me to find things. So I went ahead and just, I got a lot of these pictures from either Canva, where I just added them to my folder so they can be easier for me to find next time I wanted to use it. Or I go to Pinterest and I search for different pictures that I can get from there. So I'm going to go to pink outfit aesthetics because I had already saved a few images that I want to use for this PLR product. So it's going to be the very first pictures that you see here. As you can tell, it kind of has like the same theme. It has pink, which is our brand color, our main brand color. And then it's like, dresses, puffy. What is this? What is this called? This type of lace? No, it's not lace. It is like tulle. I think that's what it's called. Well, as you can tell, they're very puffy. Okay, so that's going to be our theme for this one. So that's what I would recommend for you to do. Choose a theme that fits your brand. This is very on brand for us. And here, I'm going to show you the grid view. The theme that they have going on right now, it is very fitting to our brand, but not the colors. There's a lot of purple going on. This pink is actually not our pink. It's very different from the pink that we use. So I do want to change them up. So I'm going to start switching out the pictures, and really, I don't like to overthink this part. The whole point is for this to be easy and fast, right? So I'm just going to drag this one over here, and let me turn it into the background. Hold on. Wait. So it has a shade on top of it. So I want to replace this bottom one. There we go. And then add the shade back. Okay, so I'm just going to make it bigger. Okay. So that looks good there. Even the placement, I didn't have to adjust anything. Okay, no pictures there. This one, I'm just going to choose this one. I wonder if this one has a shade too. Let me see. Yes, it does. Okay. You can also just click on the picture so it lands there, and then right click and then replace background. And then this one, I'm going to click undo because I want this shadow. That is her. Okay. That shadow is already in here. So I'm just going to delete this picture. Let's do that. Let's start over. So I'm going to click on this picture, right click and replace background. And I'm going to go up here and copy this shade and place it over on this one. And then just click on this one so I can layer it to the front. There we go. So now we have the same thing happening on each page. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the next picture, this one. I'm just going to do the same thing I did for the top. So I'm just going to grab any random picture. Let's do this one. Replace background. Her face is cutting off too much, so I'm just going to kind of push it down. I'm going to copy this shade and then push this to the front. Okay, the next thing, we're going to do the same thing to the last page. Just delete everything, add a picture, replace background, and paste our shadow. Bring our words to the front, because if we leave them in the back, they're a little too dark. Perfect. And I think that was the last. Oh no, we have a few other small pictures. Okay, so for this one, let me go see if this is, we have 2 pages that have tiny pictures. So you can either keep the theme the same, or you can switch it up if you want for this one. Maybe you can do like the heels only for this one, completely up to you. Or we can also go back to one of our other folders, and let's see if I have this one, the desk office. So everything in this folder is pink. If it's our brand, and then if it's our brand, our pink color in our brand is what I'm trying to say. And as you can tell, I just have a lot of pictures that consist of desk and office, pictures. So again, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to pull some of these in there. I don't like this one. It looks a little blurry. That one looks good. Okay. And then I'm going to go to this one and change these out. You know what? I'm going to do this one and something more pink. This one's good. I want the computer to show, so I'm just going to drag it up. Or maybe I can put this one up here. And that's coming out blurry too. I don't like when Canva does that. Okay, let's choose that one and this one. Okay, we're good. And I believe that was all as far as the mini pictures. Perfect. So now we got our pictures out of the way. We're good. The next thing on my list is going to be the colors. So I'm going to go to, let's see. Let's do the colors for the font first. So I'm just going to highlight this color, these words, and then I'm going to click on our brand color, which is this pink, and I'm going to click on change it all to see what happens. So I changed this one at the bottom. Let me go see the rest. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't change any of the black to pink, because I wouldn't want that. I want the black to stay black. So at least for here, it looks good so far. Let me look over here on the next page. So this pink, I want it to be our pink. So I'm going to click on change all. Okay, so good. It changed it here. It looked like it did change it across all of them. Perfect. Even this color too, it changed it. So that's really good. I like that. Let's see. What color is this? This is like a white, but it's faded. So it doesn't look bad. It looks very on brand for us. So I'm just going to leave it that way. Everything else also looks the same. This is our pink. So everything else looks perfect. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to change on my list is the font. So for the most part, this really does match our font. So let's see. Let me see what it's called. Okay. So it's this one, where in reality, the font that I like to use is a Play for Display. But if I change it, and I take away the italics, it doesn't seem that much different. So if it's that much different, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to go back to how it was. Okay, so unless yours is very different, then go ahead and definitely change it. And you can do the same thing. You can highlight over it, choose your fonts, and then click on change all. And it does change all of those. But in this case, I'm going to click back because it's very similar to ours. So I'm just going to leave it as is. You can see the next font is this one. And that's the exact font that we use for our brands. So perfect. I don't have to change anything. The less you can change, the better, right? It's all about saving time. Let's see. I'm just going to go through the other pages to make sure that the font looks decent and it's not too different from ours. Everything is looking good. It's not different at all. Some of these PLR products will have very fancy fonts or very cursive where you can't understand it. Make sure that you make it very easy for your viewers to understand every single page and it's clear. Okay. Perfect. Everything looks good.
Hey, Goal Digger, are you ready to slay sales like a boss? If you are, I've got something for you. I've got a full boot camp ready to go for you so that way you can learn not only how to find people on social media to talk to, how to be able to rip the Band-Aid off and ask them if they'd like to take a look at what you have, whether you're a network marketing, direct sales, a course creator in the service-based industry, a coach, but you've got to find a way to bridge the gap between finding the lead, qualifying them, making the offer, closing the sale, and obviously putting a solid follow-up system in place. And that's what I have for you. So what I'm going to have you do is register for the boot camp. I'll be live every single day during that time together. And you'll also have an opportunity to watch some replays as well. So look below this video so you can grab that button and get ready to slay sales like a boss.
The next thing I'm going to work on is the cover. So what can we delete? What needs to be changed? What needs to be added? So the first thing, I'm going to add the logo. So I'm going to click on brand and I'm going to click on the white one because I feel like the black one would be a little too dark. So there it is. And I'm going to make it smaller and I'm going to see where I can place this. Let's see. If I start hovering over, as you can tell, it gets sucked into the template. So we don't want that. So in order to avoid that, you can highlight on your logo and then click the control key on your keyboard. And then it stops it from doing that. So just click and hold until you find the place where you want to leave it. So I don't want to put it here because it covers your face. Then I'm just going to add it somewhere down here. Okay. And then I don't want it to say, with MRR, PLR products. I don't want it to say that. So I want to highlight both of these and push them down. And instead of it saying this, I'm just going to write Goal Digger Girl Co. And I do like that it says, the complete guide and workbook because it's letting them know that it's not just a guide. It's also a workbook that's, double the fun, double the value. And then your complete action plan. I like that. So I feel like everything is a little bit too down. So I'm just going to highlight all of this and push it up a little bit without having to cover too much of her face. Okay. So those are the things that I usually look out for. Does the title look good? The sizing, where can I add the logo? I usually always add, Goal Digger Girl Co. And another thing you can do, which is completely optional, is to change the title. If you want to change it to something else that is similar, words that match your brand, go for it. The next thing we're going to do is add the page number. So here, it looks like it already has it. But if you go to the next one, let's see. I think I saw, so it goes from number 9 to 18. And that's because originally I told you that this consisted of 50 plus pages, but I deleted a bunch of them. So there's a way easier way to add the page numbers without having to change it on every single page. So I'm going to run through that really quick. So before I do that, I'm going to delete these. So unfortunately, to delete, I am going to have to delete individually per page. Okay, so now that those are deleted, I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to go to the page 2. So we don't usually add the numbers to the page 1, the cover, I mean. Okay, so I'm going to go to text and then here it says page numbers and it automatically adds it here where you see that blue box, but it's so big and it's in cursive that it was placed outside. So I'm just going to drag it up. So now that is way too big. I don't want it to be that type of font. So I'm going to change it to this one. And this has to be way smaller. So I'm just going to go all the way down. I still think that's too big, but I'm going to place it where I want it to show up on every page, which is around here. And I still think it's too big. I usually do 12, size 12, but we'll leave it at 15. Okay. No, I still think it's too big, but let's just do that. Okay. So now that you placed it where you want it to show up for every page, I'm going to click on it again, go to page numbers, and then look at the menu that pops up right here and make sure that you choose your preference. So for the format, do you want numbers only or do you want the page plus number, page X of Y? I usually do page number. And do you want it to show up on all of your pages? And no, you do not, right? You can click on the arrow and you can select the ones that you do want to have it on. I usually do not add it to the cover. So I'm going to uncheck that. I don't add it to the chapter covers. So I'm going to uncheck all of those and then click on done and apply properties to all pages. So I clicked on that. And now if you go to every single page, it shows up where you wanted it to show up. So you only have to do the changes to one page and then you click apply and it applies it to the rest of your ebook or your guide. And that's it. Okay. The next thing I like to do is add our logo to every single page of our workbook, ebook, whatever digital product you're working on. I do like to add our logo to every page. So for the cover, the chapter covers, we're going to have to add the white one. So I just copied my logo from up there and I'm going to paste it here. And let me click the control key so that doesn't happen. I'm going to put it here and then I'm going to bring this down. Originally, I was going to put it here, but then it would cover, her face, her mouth. So this looks like a good spot to put it on. And then the next one, same thing. I think I'm going to bring this down and paste it. Or maybe we can do it here and then drag this over here. And again, you can get as creative as you want. You can also make this longer so it shows up this way. Drag it in the middle and then maybe add your logo. And then add your logo here in the center. Let's see the next one. I mean, you can technically even leave it like that. Perfect. And then that's it. Now I want to add the logo to these pages. So for this one, it's going to have to be the black logo because, if we add white, you're not going to be able to see it. So I'm going to make this smaller. And I usually, I always add it to the top right corner, always. So once I place it where I want it to show up on every page, I'm going to make this a little bit. Well, I'm going to get rid of this and then put this up here more. Okay, so I'm going to copy. And then when you click on copy, it doesn't just copy the element or the logo. It also copies where you have it, the position, the placement in. So if you click here, it places it exactly where this one is at up here. So I love that. So it's the words are covering it up. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. And that's it. This one, we have our logo already. For this one, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to move this over. And then here, you can either do this or you can do this. Okay, the next one. This one isn't being covered, but I still feel like it's too close. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. That's it. And then here too, I feel like this is a little too close. So I'm just going to move this over. Okay. This one's done. This one. Okay. For this one, you can just kind of do this. There you go. Same thing for this one. You can just make it a little bit smaller. Same thing for this one. Oh no, hold on. I grabbed this one. I'm supposed to just drag this out a little bit. Perfect. And 1 second. I think I made this smaller, so I want to make it bigger so you can see. Okay. This one's perfect. And then that we're done. The next thing I like to add to every page is the Goal Digger Girl at the bottom of every page. So for instance, I can just replace it instead of adding a whole new text box. So I can just write Goal Digger Girl Co. And I want to place it in the middle. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm just going to place it, delete this one, place it there. Delete this one, place it there, delete this one, paste it there. Let's see. This one posted down here because I dragged my mouse too far down. So I'm going to click on backspace, and then I'm going to click on paste. So it does it the right way. Now, the last thing that I like to do is add a few important pages that I add to every single workbook, ebook, guide, anything I create, any type of freebie that I create. I always add these pages. So I definitely recommend that you do the same thing. So I'm going to go to the very first page and click on Add Page. Okay, and now I'm going to go to Projects, Folder, and Workbook ebooks. So I have a file where I keep all of my workbooks, every single workbook format type. So it can be even if it is like an ebook or a guide, a playbook, it still goes into my workbook ebook file. So I always go there to pull up one of the latest ebooks that I've done, one of the newer ones. So let's just say I did this one, or I think that's a template. So I'm just going to go to this one. So I'm going to copy this page, which is the about. I always add my about to everything. So I always like to pull up the last ebook workbook that I worked on because I know that that's where I can just pull it from. So I got the about section. That's good to go. And then I go all the way to the bottom, and I always add 2 pages to the end. So I'm just going to click one and click add again. So I'm going to go back to this one, highlight it, and I'm going to click on this one. So I always add this page because we promote something. This is us promoting our Vault membership. And it's, it just has a picture of Kimberly. Congratulations, you finished. If you would like to jump into a full training, more, if I add a few bullet points on what they get when they join the Vault, and then the QR code that they can click on, and it'll send them to the Vault website. Then I go to the final page and I click on this page, which is Let's Stay Connected. This is where they can join our Facebook groups. They get another freebie from us, which is our Boss It Up book, and then all of the social media handles where they can find us at. So these pages I feel like are very important to add because, about section, we want them to know that this is coming from, the Goal Digger Girl, who is Kimberly Elson. And then, you want to take advantage of every opportunity that you have to be able to promote something. And we purposely pick the Vault because we usually never change anything from the Vault. And if we do, we always add more. So we know that we don't have to change this very often. The wording stays the same. The link stays the same, everything. And then here, same thing. We always want to make it extremely easy for them to be able to connect with us on multiple, in multiple ways, not just through our social media handles. But again, we added the name of our 2 public Facebook groups. And this is just a way for them to know how to get connected with us. And we all know that there are a lot of people out there that download a lot of freebies just because they like to collect freebies. And we want to be able to add this so that amongst all those freebies that they have, they will know who this one came from. See how simple that was? You can literally start a whole new income stream without ever having to start a digital product from scratch or without having to be one of those fancy graphic designers. If you can drag, drop, and change a font in Canva, you can start selling right now, right after this video. And I'm pretty sure you can do all those threes, right? So if you're ready to dive in and grab these products that are already done for you and start rebranding them for your business or to resell them, I'm going to drop the link to our entire PLR library below. You are going to love it. We have everything. We have something for every niche. You're going to love it. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments. I would so appreciate it. Don't forget, we drop a new video every Wednesday and Friday, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, I'll see you next time.
Now you can see how easy that is, how simple it is. This is such a powerful secret weapon, and we want to help you get started today. So look below this video. You're going to see our entire private label rights library where we have already done all the work for you. We rebranded them. They're gorgeous. We give you the sales copy. We give you the marketing graphics. These are literally ready to go, and you can unlock all of them below, and we add new ones every single month. Click the link below to grab that. If this was helpful, hit the button to subscribe. I don't want you to miss any of our amazing videos. Also, take a screenshot, throw it in your stories, and tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. I would love to give you a shout out for that. Thanks for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.